and happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter. Today is April 4th, and today is my weekly update video. I really haven't made a whole lot of progress this week. My weight is actually 2 pounds heavier. I'm at 206.2. My body fat is 39.9, and my BMI is 35.39. Which is actually up a little bit, but I went to my doctor this week, and because we moved up my 8-week appointment to 6 weeks, because I've been experiencing a pain in my lower right side abdomen, and I'm not real sure what it is, and it's not bad. It's not a bad pain. It's like an ache to me. It's like a pain scale of like 4, but it is gradually getting a little worse here and there, and I wanted to have it checked out. So I contacted my doctor through the bariatric clinic because of where it's at in my abdomen. I didn't know if it was, I don't know if it's connected to my surgery or not. I'm going next week to have a CT scan. I'm on schedule for everything else. Everything else looks fine. But because we don't know what that pain is, I don't know if it's possibly my appendix is acting up a little bit. It could be my ovaries. It could be numerous different things, which is why I'm a little bit apprehensive about it, why I wanted the doctors to look into it to see what exactly is going on. If it's just muscle, my doctor looked at it and she said it could be something internal, but it also could be because I'm losing weight and my stomach and skin is kind of sagging down. The skin around my stomach is kind of sagging down, and it could be just pulling, causing that weight. It could be still healing, from one of the incisions, and I kind of irritated it or something that way. We won't know until we do the CT. It's not something that bothers me, and actually since my doctor's appointment on Wednesday, it really hasn't bothered me that much. I mean, I still feel the slight ache. But it's at like a 2 or 3 right now. It's nowhere near. I mean, at times, especially over last weekend, it was getting to a 5 and 6. It was really starting to bother me and hurt. And so that was why I contacted my doctor to let them know and to have them look into it, because it is something that I want to make sure it's not something serious. But I'm doing that, and because I am going through that, it could have to do with why my weight is kind of stalled right now. I'm introducing some new things to my diet because, this past week I hit 6 weeks, so I'm able to introduce a few more things to my diet, which is also why my weight could be stalling at this current moment. But when I talked to my doctor about it, they said don't be upset about it. It's gonna happen. I will stall from time to time, and then I'll drop 5 pounds, and then I'll stall, or I'll gain 2 or 3 pounds, and then I'll drop again. So it's not something that I need to worry about, but it's just something I have to watch, because if I start gaining too much, then I need to contact the bariatric clinic or the bariatric department to ask them to see me, to see if there's something wrong, to see if what's going on, but I did start working out again this week. I will be posting my video on Thursday. Will be my first workout since surgery. So stay definitely tune in to see that. I'll be adding some commentary about the workout, but I'm really looking forward to working out more. I only worked out on Monday and Friday this past week, and I did mild weights. Because I want to take it easy as I'm going into it, especially with this pain that I'm feeling. I don't want to do too much. I have going to the gym. I started doing the elliptical and the stair climbers. When I'm walking on the treadmill, I try to push it. I do about 3.5 miles an hour, which is almost at a jog for me. But it's not quite a jog. It's just a fast walk, but it's close to a jog. So I'm trying to push that. During the week when we do our walks, I try to keep my heart rate over like 105 to 110, trying to, keep my heart beating while we're walking. Also, my son Marcus has started walking with us in the mornings and on our walks because has been diagnosed with vitamin D deficiency, so he needs to get out and have more sun. So he's taking walks with us and gives me a chance to spend a little more time with him. So I'm happy about that. But that's my update. I did buy some more clothes, a couple more pieces of clothes at a large. I've been wearing 2 and 3X size for at least the last 15 to 20 years. I wore a 1X, 2X, sometimes even a 3X. And buying a large outfit, it was like, wow. Now, it's tight. It is a little tight, but it's still a large, and I fit in it. It's not, I can actually put it on. So that is very relieved to me. My measurements haven't changed. That was something that I did my measurements this morning. I do my measurements every Sunday morning, and my measurements haven't changed, but my clothes fit me better, so that's something that is it's a relief to me. I see progress in my clothes. When I look in the mirror, I can see a difference. When I, do things like that, I can definitely see a difference. I feel better. Now, when they did the blood work this past week, they did find that my B12s were close to off the chart. They're almost double what they should be, so I have to cut back on the B12 that I take. But I'm still taking B complex. I'm still taking all my other vitamins that I take. But the B12, and that could be one of the reasons my bipolar has been acting up a bit. My manic disorder for the bipolar. And manic is typically when you get more energy and your brain races, and you have all kinds of energy, you don't sleep well, and I've been experiencing that since surgery. And I can honestly say I haven't felt the depression that has plagued me for at least 20 years. I haven't felt that since surgery. I'm still dealing with some of the other things with my bipolar. My anxiety and panic disorder still act up a good bit and everything else, but that depression that I have felt on and off, honestly, since I was a teenager, I really haven't felt much. And I haven't felt at all in at least the past 3 weeks. But since surgery, it has diminished so much, and it's a relief to me that I don't have that depression. And it's not because I'm getting thinner. That honestly, even before the surgery, I had come to terms with I was overweight, and that did not bother me. And John has always made, since he and I have been together, he has made me feel beautiful and wonderful, and he has helped me so much with my self-confidence. And, I know I don't have to look a certain way for him, and I know that he loves me no matter what. And I had the conversation with Marcus this past week that I didn't have the surgery for him. If anything, I didn't have the surgery. I put off having the surgery because of him, because he made me feel like I didn't need it. The only reason that I finally did have the surgery was because of my health. My A1C was getting bad, my cholesterol was getting bad, and I was getting into those dangerous categories. And that is why I decided to finally have the surgery. It had nothing to do with how I look or, my relationship with him, because he's always made me feel amazing. He makes me feel like I'm on top of the world. He gives me more confidence than I have ever had in my life. So I had that conversation with Marcus this past week because that's something I wanted him to know, and I want everyone to know. It has nothing to do with him, my relationship, or the way that I look is not why I had surgery. I had surgery to help my health. I had surgery because I don't want to be diabetic. I don't want to have heart disease. And those are the reasons that I wanted to have surgery. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to be healthier. I've always eaten fairly healthy, although I tend to binge snacks, and that is the thing that I have worked on a lot since the surgery, is watching my snacking, because I will snack mindlessly if I'm not careful, if I'm not aware of it. And John has helped me a lot with that. that watching my snacking. But I've always loved salads. I've always loved vegetables. And now I'm eating better vegetables. I'm eating squash and Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Those are my favorite. Instead of eating corn and peas, which are high in carbs and high in sugar, I eat the less carb heavy vegetables. And those are the things that I eat now. So I definitely like that. But that's going to be all for my update for this week. Like I said, my Thursday video will be my first workout since the surgery. So please stay tuned to that. Please like and subscribe. And I hope you come back. Thank you. Have a nice week.